Hello everybody, this is Garim, and of course I am ignoring reality, and welcome! So, Final Fantasy 15. Is this going to be the series revitalization that we were promised it's going to be? Or another subpar entry? I've been playing Final Fantasy since the original one, so yeah, I'm pretty old, I know. Let's review. We're going to break it down piece by piece. First off, the most important anything in any game is story. Is the story in this game good? Now guys, don't worry, this is a spoiler-free review. Garim's got your back, I am not gonna hurt you. So, storyline. Yes, I can undoubtedly, very confidently say it is a good story. I felt emotional at all the points that I should have, and truly cared for the characters, which is kind of odd for me because I don't usually connect very well. But the story also feels incomplete. I got 45 hours in the game, and if I had just gone straight story and didn't do a bunch of the side stuff, probably could have got there in half the time. You ever watch a movie and don't have any idea what's going on like halfway through, and you realize that there was a prequel to it that you never heard of? You kind of go into the game missing some information that would have made the transition much easier. And it kind of continues on throughout the game. The story they give you is great, but they should have put more of it in there, and it's as simple as that. I liked what I saw, but I was left with more questions than answers. The bounty system. Now, in prior games, the bounty systems were basically laid out as some massive monster attacking the town. The people come to you via the bounty board and say, come and kill this unique or legendary cool-looking creature, and we will reward you. Final Fantasy XV's take on bounties was just like any other go farm quest. You would pick up a bounty and they would say, there's 7 wolves outside of the town, go kill them. Okay. You would occasionally go and get to fight one larger thing, but it never really felt like there was any depth to it. Like actually playing through and doing 30 plus bounties, I never really felt like it made a difference. It gave me no storyline benefit, it gave me no unique weapons, no unique items. For as far as I could tell, the bounty systems in this game were totally worthless. You get a little bit of XP, but not as much as you get doing pretty much anything else. And yeah, you get a little bit of money, but you get so many crafting regions and drops off random enemies that you never really use. You can just sell all that crap and get all the money you need. So I wasn't really hurting for money. Let's move on to the combat system. First, we're going to just tackle the standard combat. It is the action RPG setting. You control one guy out of your team of 4, and your one guy can use magic and various skills as well as a multitude of different weapons. He can use one-handed swords, great swords, spears, shield, daggers, guns. He can use all kinds of different things. And that sounds really exciting, but I'm going to pop that bubble right now. It's not. It is not that exciting. 95% of all battles go exactly like this. I'm going to lock on to a target and auto attack. And when he dies, I'm going to use my special princely power to warp to another guy, lock on target, and auto attack until he dies. 95% of your battles are going to be nothing but jumping from one target to the next and auto-attacking. There are some abilities that you can use, but you have to build a tech bar before these abilities become available for use. So in a really big battle, you might be popping out 2 or 3. Huge boss battle, you could probably get a few more of them out. I ended up defeating the end boss with mostly the skills that I got from practically starting the game. They never really got more impressive to me. I just stayed with the ones that worked. So, magic. Anything good there in the magic system? A lot of people were upset that you had to craft your own magic spells. And they're like, well, it seems redundant to do it over and over and over for every time you want to cast one. It's not technically true. Every time you create a batch of spells, you get anywhere from 3 to, I think I saw 5 or 6 spells that you can get per each batch creation. And of course they are expended upon use. So, how do you create them? You have fire, frost, and lightning. You can use any one of those 3 all by itself, and then put in an item, say a potion, which will then allow you to do a big fire nova attack in an area, and then will also give you a small little heal because you put a potion in with that fire spell. Now, that is impressive, I like that. Downside, that fire attack can and will set you on fire and all your buddies on fire. So, friendly fire is kind of a big deal in this game. It can really set you back. You can also put different, items that you get off beasts, like a hornet stinger, into a spell that will do area damage, and then will hit everyone with poison. So, that sounds awesome, but the animation, the graphic doesn't actually change. It'll lightning in the area exactly the same the first hour in the game as it does in the last hour of the game. You get 3 different looking spells in the entire game, and that's all you will ever have. Fire, frost, lightning. Even if you mix fire and frost, you're not going to get some cool combo spell thing. You're going to get either fire or frost. It'll just pick one, and it will be an area effect. They're all area effects, on top of the fact that most fights are just lock-on auto-target. So, 45 hours in the game, and by the end I hated combat. I hated fighting. There is no point in exploring unless you just literally want to look around. You're gonna find potions and remedies and elixirs, but that's it, guys. That is all you're going to find in exploring, other than a couple of weapons which are just easily bought at most different stores. The loading screens suck so bad. They are possibly the longest load screens of any Xbox One game that I have played to date, and that's setting that bar pretty high. I mean, I've actually timed some of the load screens at being slightly more than 2 minutes long per load screen. That'll really make you second guess if you want to do a fast travel from one point of the map to the other, because you consider in your head, well, is it faster to just summon a Chocobo and run than actually teleport, essentially? Which is ridiculous. I know, it is a massive world, it is absolutely beautiful, and if the penalty is we get long loading times to see it, of course I'll take it. The way Final Fantasy XV's battle systems work, you are virtually unkillable, okay? If you take critical damage, you will take a knee and can then use a potion on yourself and stand back up. There's basically no cooldown on doing that. 1 second later, you could take fatal damage again, take a knee, throw a potion on yourself, and stand back up. Your characters, I mean, they can die, but it's usually like if you just really weren't paying attention. So, you don't really need to be a lot stronger for like almost all of these fights, because your characters can basically not die anyways. If they actually do die, they'll just use a Phoenix down on you and you're right back up. It doesn't matter to grind out this extra stuff because you're not gonna die. If you do die while playing this game, you were very likely doing something you had no business doing yet. The story was good, but not complete. The battle system was atrocious. The magic system got boring fast because it never varied up. The side quest became very tedious and not rewarding. It sounds like I'm not recommending this game, but if you are a Final Fantasy fan and you really want to see a pretty decent story, then yeah, I would suggest renting it. You know, get the story and then just pass the game along. Just give it right back or eBay a copy and then sell it when you're done. Because now that I'm done with it, I can't imagine that I'll actually play the game again. Now that I know the story, I did not enjoy the gameplay enough to ever play it again. So that's my final thoughts on the game. I did like it, but they dropped the ball hard, guys. If some of you guys out there have tried it, what do you think about it? Was I too harsh, or did I hit the nail on the head? Guys, I really do hope this helped you out a little bit, and of course, thank you for watching.